Here's 20 Rust tips that you need to know. If you ever need to hide a bunch of loot really quickly, one thing you can do is place a small box inside of a node, and then you can hide your loot in it. As long as no one breaks this node, your loot should be pretty safe. You can quickly break a car in Rust just by placing down some wooden bar doors. Then all you have to do is push the car into the open door and shut it. After a while, this will break the car completely, and you'll be able to get any of the loot inside. If there's a bush outside your door and you don't want anyone camping in it, one thing you can do is place a foundation over it, and the bush will disappear. But one thing to know is if you break the foundation, the bush will come back. Usually when you use a torch in water, it instantly goes out. But if you constantly swing the torch, it'll never go out, even at the bottom of the ocean. At Arctic Research Base, the snowmobile that you get here goes just as fast on sand as it does on snow. Now at Bandit Camp, did you know you can actually fish in the water here? Then all you have to do is use the drones to sell the fish, and you can make a good bit of scrap. At Small Oil Rig, you can find walls just like this one, but if you turn your object quality down to 0, you can see and shoot right through them. Did you know at Train Yard, there's actually a hidden room? To get in here, just come to the top of Train Yard, drop down here, and then drop down here. And as you can see, you're in quite a hidden room. This can be quite a good spot to camp, as you are pretty hard to see up here. As I'm sure you know, whenever you hold out a weapon, a crosshair will appear on your screen. But when you put your weapon away, the crosshair disappears. But there's actually a way to constantly have the crosshair. All you have to do is load into a build server, such as Intoxicated, and type this command in. Once you've done this, you'll always have a crosshair, even if you're not holding out a weapon. And after doing this, you'll have the crosshair even on official servers. When you throw an airdrop in Rust, it releases a bunch of pink smoke. To stop this, all you have to do is right-click throw the supply signal onto a garage door, and then when you open and close it, there won't be any smoke. Did you know you can survive a fall in Rust from any height? All you have to do is make sure that you land on spikes, such as the top of wooden walls. You'll still take a bit of damage from the spikes, but doing this makes any fall in Rust survivable. Whenever you use binoculars in Rust, there's always this annoying overlay that takes up most of your screen. If you want to get rid of this, all you have to do is type this command in, and as you can see when you use binoculars now, there won't be any overlay. At Small Oil Rig, did you know you can get on top of these tankers? All you have to do is jump between these pipes, and you'll eventually get up on top. This is a pretty good spot to hide. By default in Rust, you'll hold your weapon in your right hand, but if you want to change this, all you have to do is type this command in. Now keep in mind that this change is only visual, it doesn't affect gameplay at all. Now at Gas Station, if you jump off the roof normally, you'll take some fall damage. But if you jump on this metal beam first and then fall down, you won't take any fall damage. Did you know you can actually see through double doors in Rust? As you can see here, you can see some boxes as well as the TC. And when I open the door, it's all here. Did you know if you place the garage door on the inside, you can actually see through the bottom of it? You can also shoot through the bottom of it, but be careful because this works both ways. If you ever need a bunch of sewing kits, one thing you can do is go to Outpost and buy a bunch of tactical gloves. Then all you have to do is recycle them and you'll have a bunch of sewing kits. This can also be a pretty good way to get a bunch of rope and a bunch of cloth. The next tip I have is to subscribe to the channel. This makes sure that you'll never miss another video just like this one. And the final tip is to watch this video where I go over one tip for every monument in Rust.